Everybody loves diamonds in Minecraft, however, since the release of 1.18 they can be quite difficult to find, but no worries because this is the ultimate Minecraft 1.18 diamond mining guide. Let's check it out. Also, not even 1 in 10 of my viewers are subscribed, so if you could subscribe to my channel, that would really be appreciated. So I've cleared out this massive area of all the stone and deep slate so you can see where the diamonds spawn most. Now all the way up here, that is Y15. That's actually the highest place where you can find diamonds, and then from there until it turns into deep slate, all the diamonds above there are rare normal stone diamonds. Sort of like these ones right over here. This is what you might find before 1.18. Then below that we have the deep slate diamonds, and basically the lower you get, the more diamonds you find. So if you're all the way down here at bedrock, there are technically the most diamonds, and the higher up you go, the less and less diamonds there are, and you can kind of notice that here even. You can kind of see a lot of diamonds down here, and they slowly get less the higher up you go. But there's a lot of other generational changes as well, and the exact layer maybe isn't quite so obvious as the deepest one. So for instance, in Minecraft 1.17 and before, the biggest cluster of diamonds you could find was an 8 vein. It was sort of like the best you can do. And of course those still generate here. They didn't used to in parts of the snapshots, but they certainly do now in release 1.18 and above. But what's also interesting is you can actually get better than an 8 vein now, which is really crazy. If we fly around here we can even find one, and they're absolutely insane. So something like this. This literally contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 diamond ore. Now that is an absolutely insane find. Of course finding 17 diamond ore is just crazy. What's even crazier is just over here, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 diamond ore. And so overall finding these massive clusters of diamonds isn't that rare, and it's really cool because when you find those, of course that's probably enough diamonds for almost half your armor or tools, which is really useful. Now the problem with just mining at the very lowest layer you could, which would be all the way down here at negative 59, is the fact that a lot of the blocks you're uncovering are just bedrock. And now most people would mine at level negative 58. And that's what I said in my ultimate mining guide, and that is true. That is a very good level to mine at. However, there is also a good case for mining at level negative 57, 56, 55, or even 54, because basically, with these large veins of diamonds here, what happens if you're mining at negative 58, you see a diamond here and you mine it, but instead of there being a diamond here, there's just some bedrock that generated over it. Well, then you're getting less diamonds overall. And although I wouldn't really recommend mining all the way up here at negative 54, what would be good is maybe mining about 2 blocks above negative 59, so up here, or maybe even 3 blocks above, as the variance in how many diamonds you get is very small. Something you could do as well is you could make a strip mine at this level here, which is negative 57, and you could do 1-2 blocks higher up here, which is negative 54, just like this. Or you could do one at negative 53 so that you have all the blocks being exposed being new each time. But either way, the lower you go, the more diamonds you get. Now of course that affects how you cave and how you strip mine, and I'll go over both of those now. First of all, caving. Is there actually any technique to it? And surprisingly, yes, there is. Now the problem is that diamonds unfortunately have this stupid thing where they basically have reduced air exposure in caves, so you will not find them as much in caves as you would, let's say, in that big open area that I opened up. In fact, you'll notice here there are very few, if any, diamonds that are exposed around here, and that's because of that reduced air exposure. And so going around caves looking for diamonds works, but it is a lot slower than you think it would be. However, what's really cool is that rule does not apply to water, which means that if you have a bit of underwater aquifer cave like this is probably your best bet for finding diamonds if you're doing it in a cave. In fact, right here we have some normal stone diamond ore right up here, and if we keep going around here we'd probably find some more stone ore as well if this was a bigger cave. So that's a good trick to know, is that if you're trying to find diamond ore, or really any ore for that matter that has the reduced air exposure rule, you're definitely going to want to do so in an aquifer like this, as the chance of finding diamonds on the edges here is a lot higher because there is not that reduced air exposure rule. And of course, whether you're mining in an aquifer cave or a standard cave, a lush cave or a dripstone cave, you're going to want to get to the lowest part of it you can so that you have the highest chance of diamonds, as of course the lower you are, more diamonds spawn. Also, something good to remember is that spawn proofing from mobs is a lot different in 1.18 and above, so things have to be at literally light level 0 instead of 7 for mobs to generate, which means that we can have torches very far apart and still have mobs be stopped from spawning. So for instance, when we're strip mining, if we place one torch here, or actually on the wall here, we can literally go 24 blocks from that before we have to place another one. So a torch here, and then literally on the ground here it'd be 24 blocks all the way over here, however long that is, and then we could put a torch here if this is block 24. And so basically lighting up strip mines and caves is more about your visibility than it is about the mobs, as unless you have a night vision potion, it's quite hard to see in the dripstone caves, or if you have your gamma modified like I have here. iCard on the screen right now, by the way, if you want to know how to make your caves be super bright like this, which is very useful when finding ores in strip mines, caves, and aquifer caves. But either way, whether you have your brightness changed or not, when you're spawn proofing from mobs, you do have to be a lot less careful with that, and so placing torches is more about visibility than anything, and of course 24 blocks apart is all you have to do in terms of a strip mine. Now once you've decided which level you want to mine at, which I would suggest being no lower than -57, and probably no higher than -50, and of course mine down to there, how do you actually effectively strip mine? Well, what I first do is I mine out a rectangular shape, and I'll show this off right here. Now the main idea of this is from your strip mine tunnel, you basically mine along here like this, and along here like this to make a large rectangle box just around there like that. And then what you have is you have a place where you can safely strip mine from here to here, while ending at your other tunnel just like this, without having to worry about mining way over here and getting out of the way from where you want to be. So what I'll generally do is I'll mine a tunnel that's 200 blocks long like this, with each tunnel this way being 100 blocks long. Now from that, there's two ways of doing it. You can either have a tunnel 2 blocks apart like they are right here, and that's basically the most complete way of doing this so that you expose basically every single block in those layers. The other way of doing it though, which is a little bit quicker sometimes, is by having 5 blocks between each tunnel. And what's nice about this method is you might go through a very large area with 5 blocks between each tunnel, and then if you want to later on you can mine at the 3rd block in between here and make it turn into this type of strip mine tunnel anyway. So what I'll often do is I'll make a thing that's 100 blocks by 200 blocks, I'll mine these tunnels 5 blocks apart, and then later on if I have more time I'll mine them in the middle to make them 2 blocks apart just like this. But either way, that's the effective way of strip mining, so you have a nice structure to be mining in and you don't end up mining way too far away, and then you also know how many blocks you mined approximately by how long each tunnel is, and of course I set all that up with coordinates. Now another way you can mine if you want is swim or crawl mining, and this is basically mining in a 1 block long tunnel. It's a little bit dangerous, but some people do prefer it. You basically place down water, a trapdoor or a piston, but basically something to get into kind of swim or crawling mode. Then you basically block it up if it's water, or if it's a trapdoor, you can just keep it flipped down. And then you're crawling through the blocks here, and you can mine straight ahead of you, sort of like you're maybe like a tunneling worm or something like that. And this can work well. The only problems with this is the fact that although it's slightly more efficient, you do go incredibly slowly kind of crawling like this, and also it's a lot more dangerous if you do run into lava, as you can't really just run away as you're quite slow and there's no real way of going faster through these tunnels just like that. But this is another method if you'd like to as well, and I would suggest if you are doing crawl mining to set it up in tunnels in the same shape like this, just 1 block lower. However, I do personally recommend 2 block tall strip mining like this, although the other advantage of crawl mining is that you do not have mobs generating in here either, so as long as you're fine with mining in the dark in Minecraft, or if you have your brightness boosted, or if you have a night vision potion, you don't actually have to place torches down to spawn proof it. Now if you don't like the idea of mining diamonds, you could get toolsmith, weaponsmith, and armor villagers, and that will get you every single diamond item in the game that's not of course diamond blocks or diamonds themselves. So you can get enchanted diamond pickaxes, diamond shovels, diamond hoes, you can also get diamond axes, diamond swords, as well as every single piece of diamond armor. The only problem being that of course you can't get diamond blocks themselves, and leveling up a villager all the way does take a lot of work. But that is a good option long term if you want to get a whole bunch of diamond items without having to worry about mining all the time. However, in Minecraft 1.18 and above, there's also diamond fossils, so any single fossil that generates in the deep slate layer, certain blocks of the fossil, instead of being replaced with coal, will be replaced with, you guessed it, diamond ore, which is super amazing because you can get tons and tons of diamond ore easily. The only problem is that, of course, fossils are a little bit difficult to get. However, if you're someone who likes using a seed finder for their worlds, or is fine with that, what you can do is you can go to the seedfinder chunkbase.com, get the seed of your world by typing /seed into the chat and double clicking on that. Then go to chunkbase.com and navigate to the seed map, put in the seed of your world, and then with that seed, all you have to do is go over to a desert or a swamp, which is kind of an orangey yellow or kind of a neony blue respectively, and zoom in, and you'll see all these little bones appear. You just click on it, and if the Y level is below Y0, then it is a diamond fossil. Then I can just type in the coordinates of my location, find a diamond fossil, and mine over to this. But again, this is a method that a lot of people probably wouldn't like to use. There's no need to use this if you don't want to, but if you do want very quick and easy diamonds, as well as bone blocks, you can go to these, mine them up, and get yourself tons and tons of diamonds, as a lot of the fossils do generate as diamond fossils. So I typed in my coordinates here, it put a dot on the screen right here, and all I have to do is navigate to the nearest fossil, which are these coordinates. I've now navigated to those coordinates, and I'll just mine straight down. Of course, to make this safe, all you have to do is just mine 2 blocks at once, just like this. So you're basically always on one block or the other. You can just kind of mine like this all the way down, and of course bring some ladders with you, and I'll mine all the way down here to -54. So this certainly is not a completely easy method, but it definitely is something to get a lot of diamonds for sure. We'll mine all the way down here, and once we get to our fossil all the way down at the bottom right here, we just hit a bone block. We are now at the diamond fossil, and so if we mine around here, we will occasionally find ourselves diamond ore around the fossil, which is really cool because they generally have a lot of it that generates around it. You can see one right here. And of course this fossil maybe has more or less, but overall you can find some diamond ore that way as well. Certainly not a completely overpowered way of getting diamond ore, but there is definitely some here, and you'll probably find maybe 10 diamond ore per fossil, but it totally depends on which one it is. So that is a method as well if you want to get yourself tons of diamond ore and bone blocks, but don't have to worry about mining for hours and hours without finding any. However, although this is kind of a fun method to try here and there, I would certainly recommend doing strip mining usually, or caving, as it definitely is a better long-term way of getting yourself lots of diamonds, as well as other ores and items as well. And that was the Ultimate Minecraft 1.18 Diamond Mining Guide. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, make sure to press the like button, subscribe to see more content like this, share this video so that more people can find it, and comment down below whatever you'd like. Also, feel free to join the official iCraftMC Discord server, follow me on Twitter, and maybe even join the Reddit. I'll see you in the next video, and happy mining.